What's in it for, what
I'll
are
tell
they
you
getting
what's
out
in
of this?
Okay, here's one thing. Oil. Now, Russia doesn't need any oil from Syria. They got oil. Russia's
Right.
got oil.
Right.
They don't need any that Syria has. However, there are other countries in the world who do need it. Now, don't you think that Assad's good buddy, Vladdy, rootin' tootin' Putin himself, don't you think that it's not oil.
Well, that's an old friendship,
it's
though.
Not
that goes
oil,
back,
but it's not
long way.
oil that Vladimir wants. It's control of oil that Vladimir stands to gain out of this. Because he can just put his arm around Bashir and go, you were selling this oil to this little country over here, but you know what? They're awful chummy with the United States, Bashir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying,
and the United States has been on top for a long time.
And it's going to be, look.
If there was ever a time for us to strike, if there was ever a time for us to bring the United States low, it's now, when they've got the most inept president since Jimmy Carter.
Why don't we see how many of the United States friends that we can go to and say, you know what, if you'll be our friend, we've got oil.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one thing. That's one.
You know how many other countries they could both go to now and say, you remember when the United States screwed y'all over? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all was sitting back going, man, I wish I could get back at them.
Of course,
they could be on the phone with Kim Jong-un right now going, all right, Rodman's gone? Okay, good. All right, look, we got him where we want him now. Look, there's a lot of bad things that can come out of this. And Obama better learn how to do some really serious deep-sea swimming, because he's in way over his head on this one.
Don't think for a second that Kim Jong-un isn't taking notes right now. Or if not him, he may be too busy, feeding his face with shellfish or something. But the people around him are certainly sitting there taking notes about all this.
All he did was threaten to have a test.
You
think about it. All Kim Jong-un did was say, I'm gonna test a long-range ballistic missile. How you like them apples? And the United States bucked up and went, no. Now, look, we'll go toe-to-toe with you on that one now. And it was almost as if Obama was actually going to be willing to stand up to big China, to the point that China had to intervene and go to little North Korea and pat him and go, look, you don't want to tangle with America.
See, now what's going to happen is China is going to go and approach Vladimir Putin and go, can you get the United States to just calm down a little bit on this whole humanitarian human rights business that they keep hammering us with? Will you see, Vladimir, will you see, because you did so good over this Syria thing, would you go and tell the United States to just sit down and shut up for a minute and let me oppress, I got some people over here to oppress, and I would really like it if they was up off my back.
Now, Casey, that's some pretty deep thinking you doing there now. I'm just saying, that's pretty deep.
The thing is, if this has occurred to me, and I don't want to screw over the United States, what all has occurred to people who really can't stand us?
Oh, yeah.
What are they thinking in these little dingy, rat-infested, camel dung-fired huts?
Do you remember how people made fun of us for getting all upset and saying that, Barack Obama is showing signs, making us look weak to other nations, particularly nations that would love to see us, see some harm come to us. You remember, we used to talk about that a lot, and people would laugh at us.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, look,
they said dirty things to us on Facebook for saying stuff like that.
Just the other day, I'm getting patted, and it's like, calm down. It's not okay. That's just it. This stuff is not okay. Russia having any say-so in what we do. Look, you know what? I don't want us to strike Syria. I don't. I think Casey and I have said plenty of times.
No, I
we
don't
think
want...
striking Syria. But you know what? This is almost about to push some people into doing some stuff they don't want to do. Because,
actually, what I think we ought to do now,
we need to shoot at somebody because we got to show somebody that we ain't scared to pull the trigger. That's all I'm saying.
Syria is saying, "Hey, I tell you what, we'll let Vladimir control our chemical weapons," and they're backing off. The people who ain't backing off are the Iranians. They're still declaring they're going to come and through somebody's bedroom in Iran, and
John Kerry is getting on a red eye to Geneva. It's supposed to be there, Thursday, and going to sit down with Russia's foreign minister to try to hammer this thing out. Now,
oh boy, are you trying to make me feel better or worse?
Wait. Now, remember we was talking earlier. This whole thing hinges on whether or not the U.S. would be willing to forego any military action. All right. Now, I would say that that's not entirely unreasonable for us to say, okay, fine, you turn them over. We're not going to take any military action against you right now.
If everything looks good.
Yeah, well, I'm saying attack on right now.
Right.
But to say that we will not take any military action against Syria, period, is not only ridiculous, but ridiculous. That's beyond ridiculous.
Well, but right now...
And it's John Kerry that's going over there to negotiate.
Look,
isn't it the same John Kerry that accused his own brothers in arms of committing war crimes against the Viet Cong?
Yeah, we're talking about the same John Kerry.
The John Kerry that threw his medals into the water and then said it wasn't his medals, it was somebody else's medals, but he did it, anyway.
It was symbolic.
Symbolic, right. And it's the same John Kerry that was, now let's see, was it he was against it before he was for it? Or he was for it
before he was against it?
It's kind of confusing, I know, but that's the guy that we're sending to Geneva to hammer out an agreement with Russia that we want destroy Syria.
His wife is a ketchup baroness.
That we won't destroy Syria in an unbelievably small, minuscule, brief, but
say
muscular.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but now we didn't even go there really. He said it's going to be unbelievably. Look, you'll hardly notice that we bombed somebody. It's unbelievably small. You have no idea. It could possibly have no influence on anybody whatsoever. The mouse that we're going to hit with the missile probably will be okay. It'll probably even recover.
But
what is he talking?
But it's also going to have a significant impact on Assad's capabilities.
How do you have an unbelievably small military strike that you won't even notice, and then it'll have a lasting... It'll probably...
There you go, showing your ignorance. Now, Casey, now you're starting to show that our
my head hurts.
Wellborn... These people go to places like Harvard, Yale, Princeton, etc., Stanford.
Yeah, but don't hold that against them, man. I mean, we can't all help where we go to school. If they had gone to the University of Alabama like they should have,
it's not a requirement to be a college graduate to be president of the United States, is it?
No, it's nowhere in there. As a matter of fact,
when was do you know? Somebody looked that up. When was the last time we had a president that was not a college graduate, or have we ever had a president? Because I think if we haven't, then it's high time we did, because these college graduates have gotten this country into some pretty foul stuff. And I've known some people just here in this community that I would entrust the safety of this country with. You know what I'm saying? There's some pretty fine people in this world that didn't go and graduate from a university that could do a lot less damage than some of these yahoos that's up there right now.
I tell you what, there's a clerk down at the MAPCO, the convenience store station just down the road, that I would actually trust a little bit more with foreign policy than I would John Kerry.
I think we need to send our preacher from over at Yuleton Baptist Church, or from our good buddy, we need to send our good buddy Rick Hope from First Baptist Church, Lillian, Texas.
I would definitely trust
down to Syria and let him hammer this deal out.
But I think Rick's graduated from college, or at least seminary.
Yeah, but he's from Texas.
So, he's from Texas.
That knocks off about 100 IQ points right there. So, it's all right.
Oh, if he's listening to this show, we're in trouble.
Man, look, I'm really scared that we've we've got Chuck Hagel as our Secretary of Defense. Okay.
Man, why are you reminding me? You're just really trying to depress me now.
He is going to have command of our military capabilities.
Oh, man, you really are. Just rub it in, why don't you?
He's going to be the one signing off, on one of them final drafts of the plans right before the president does. As a matter of fact, he'll be one of the ones that make the call.
You are trying to depress me. What are you trying to do, man? Turn me suicidal?
All right, there's a bright side. See, we've got John Kerry.
Oh, God.
Trying to negotiate the diplomatic solution to this whole thing.
Oh, my
with
Lord.
His vast diplomatic experience.
And all his nuance.
And all his nuance. That's right. 513-456-1616. 513-456-1616. I mean, are we nuts? I mean, people say we are, dude. They make fun of us all the time because we're Southern and we got these Southern accents.
But look, this is one case
and we start talking about these big wigs like we know what we're doing.
I really would like somebody to call in to the show right now and tell me that we are completely off base, that the U.S. is not going to lose any prestige, and give me a good case why. I would really appreciate that, y'all, because as it is right now.
Better yet, I got a better question. Here's a better question. Maybe we could get a Democrat to call in and tell us how this ain't going to hurt their party in 2014 and 2016. Because the way I see it right now,
that was a good one.
we may end up getting drug into some more stuff militarily. But now, look, I got faith in our brothers and sisters in the military, and if they's behind what needs kicking, well, they can get that job done. Toot sweet, no problem. All right? But now, when they're off handling the business and keeping them from coming here and doing that stuff over on our shores,
right?
Could we get a Democrat to tell me how y'all are going to steer this one and stir it up to where all of you people that are supporting Barack Obama and all of this foolishness, how are y'all going to keep from paying for that? Some of you, how y'all going to keep from paying for that in a primary? And not just, you know what?
Now that would okay. Now you're starting to amuse me, and make me think. But
I don't think
it's Schadenfreude.
That person that exists. I don't think
it's that word Schadenfreude. We're really not supposed to be cackling with glee over that, because the consequences to us, as in the consequences to you and me, as opposed to the rest of America, this is bad. We're in horrible world shape. Man, the Germans have a phrase for this. I think it's a 2-word phrase. Weltschmerz, which means world hurt.
Ah. The Chinese have one too. They call it interesting times.
Yeah, I'm way more interested than I ever cared to be in the American political life at this point.
Because
I'm just saying.
Like you said earlier, man, a lot of stuff can happen over there in the next 3 years or so. But there's hope, dude. There's hope.
What, we got a caller?
No.
Dang.
No, they ain't nobody gonna be able to explain how the Democrats.
I think that may be why nobody's calling. This is making it very depressing.
That in itself is hope. Look. Okay. So
I'm trying to see
president has
that.
made us look bad, right? The president has made us look bad.
Boy, is that an understatement?
But
But